Hey everybody out there, my name is Dragnix, and this is Camera Obscura. It is 24 cents on the Steam store. It will end in terms of the sale today, so keep that in mind. It is a puzzle platformer with a unique aspect to it, but there's a lot of content here for the price that you're going to pay, and so I wanted to highlight it before the end of the Steam sales. So we're going to get right into it at this point. I am going to do overlaid commentary. I'm probably going to be doing this a little bit more often. I think it works better for the message that I'm trying to get across. So we're going to play the Common Quarters Trade District here and show you exactly what the game has to offer. Now, the unique aspect of Camera Obscura is your camera. You can take a picture of the environment and it will create a copy of the platforms or the environment in question, certain parts of the environment. You can use that and the timing involved to create new platforms for you to go on, as you see there. Now, the idea here is that you have momentum, and the momentum and you running across means that you can use those platforms to make new platforms for a period of time. Now, you can make them go away very quickly with the Y button. I'm using a controller in this case, but the keyboard controls just work just fine. And the idea here is that you need to get to the exit of every level. Now, like I said before, there is timing involved. So you want to take the picture, for example, and you may have to wait a tiny bit of time before you actually use it before getting to the exit. Now here, I'm at the exit, there you go. And it's simple like that, but it's the fact that that aspect to it is actually rather done well. You could really take advantage of the gameplay in question in terms of being able to take a picture at the right time. Now look up and down and press, using the right stick, up and down. Like you saw there, I basically ran into an enemy. You cannot defeat the enemies in traditional means in this game, you will die. However, there are ways to defeat enemies in certain aspects to it. Like for example, you'll see right here, I take a little bit of time to take a look at the photograph. I'll get to the story a little bit later. But that little anteater, for example, I'm able to crush by taking a picture and then just sort of moving the platform down, as you saw right there. So it is sort of cool that you can use the platforms in unconventional ways, but it still is going to work for you to be able to get towards the end of the level. Now, in terms of level design, the game does a reasonable job of varying it up. It's not going to be the, platformer of the year by any stretch of the means, but it does the job very well. There's also a level editor, which is very surprising for even a $5 game, normally, which I actually really found rather interesting. Now, I am a little confused by this portion in particular. The metal portions of the game usually mean that there are platforms that you can't take a picture of, but for some reason this one in particular lets you take a picture of it. I really wish it was something a little bit different because, again, it's inconsistency within the world, but it's absolutely needed to get through this section of it. So, now, the thing is that the momentum aspect, as you see, like right there, just using the momentum and understanding how to control your environment is what the strength of this game is. Little touches like, being able to move it just slightly in order to get yourself a little bit of a platform, or even jumping and timing it right, really makes an aspect of gameplay that I haven't seen before at a level like this. And it's actually rather interesting. Like here, I actually move back before moving forward at that point so that I get the platform that I need. It is an interesting concept and really executed rather well, actually. I am surprised at how easy it is to get to what you want to do with the platformer in question. Now, the story is, you're going through this sort of ancient, castle, ancient tunnels. Really, I didn't really pay attention to the story. It wasn't anything that, really caught my eye or attention. So keep that in mind. You're not here for the story. You're here for the gameplay. Now, as you saw there are slimes that you have to deal with in the world, and you can use the platforms to create new platforms to make them fall off the world, which is rather cool. Alright. Now, I think I fall rather... Nope, I actually didn't fall there. Oh yeah, no, I fall here because for some reason I thought that was a platform. Sometimes it can confuse you, like with the dark portion of the platform there, even though, hey, guess what? It wasn't. You knew that. I knew that. Yep, slime smacked me in the head because I didn't take care of it. As you saw there, I can move the slime around at that point. I do actually, I somewhat really do like the sort of flip animation that they do when you die. I don't know what it is about it. It's rather simple, but it's actually rather cool. All right, there we go. Make him fall off. Now, the music's all right. I mean, again, it's very sort of haunting-esque in terms of, it's the kind of exploration music. It reminds me of, like, overworld music of an RPG, which can work. Now, I also like design elements here. Like, for example, you gotta really time and really put your precision on where to put the platforms, or you'll hit the top platform with your head and cause you to fall down. So there is a lot of meaningful design in this. In particular, this level that I played was rather interesting because you sit there, you're trying to get up to that door up there. Democracy isn't difficult when everyone believes the same thing, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so like I'm trying to figure out, okay, wait, you know, how do I get up there? So do I take a picture and try to move it towards that? No. It seems like I don't have the time for it. Do I like drop down from the top left and try to do it? Well, actually, no. And that's the thing that's the game's teaching you a little bit by little bit, is the fact that you can really manipulate your environments in rather different ways than you think. So right here, I get back to my starting point and realize that, well, I can jump and then move the platform down. So maybe I need to do that. So I'm trying to time my jumps here, and there we go. You see, I can fall a little bit and get to that next platform, and the same thing here. And then I can time my jump to try to hit it. Yep, there we go. Simple enough. But it's that simplicity that makes it work. And honestly, for a $5 platformer, it's still got something different than a lot of the platformers out there with that aspect. Now, it's not a difficult game. Let's put that out there. The fact of the matter is that the puzzle aspect is rather simple and rather forgiving in that case. You can make platforms pretty much wherever you want, and in terms of difficulty, there's only a couple of levels that I really were challenged by, and one of them is upcoming here, but it's not going to be one that you're going to be sitting there like for a while and wondering, how the hell do I deal with this? No, not at all. It's very simplistic. However, like I said before, there is a level editor for people who really want to take a challenge of that. All right, got to deal with this enemy or I'll just jump over him. No combat mechanics, no anything like that. Now, the graphics aren't the greatest. I do wonder at times, like sometimes the character is very colorful. So other times they feel like washed out a little bit, which is a little bit weird. It seems to change from level to level, and I'm not exactly sure what's going on there. Now, here's a really good example of a level where you really got to take advantage of what you have to do in terms of, you know, manipulating platforms. So here I need to get back up there so that I have enough gravity and enough distance in gravity to be able to make the platform I need to move on to the next portion. Same thing here. I need to be able to manipulate my jump so that I get enough of a platform so that I can get to this next section. Again, it's very puzzle-like in terms of that platformer aspect. Here you need a lot of precision to where you need to put your platform and jump in order to be able to make the jump up there, which I have a lot of trouble with at first. Now, the controls are reasonable. The one thing you have to realize is that your main character doesn't have the precision, like a precise precision. You do sort of have a little bit of floatiness in terms of a little bit of a slide in terms of your platforming. So like if you hit a platform and you're still hitting right, you're gonna like run off at that point. There's not any time where it's like, okay, you're waiting for, you know, some kind of distance in terms of like sort of forgiveness in terms of distance. Like, okay, I hit the ground, maybe, you know, wait a second before taking any other inputs. But honestly, overall, the game's unique mechanic really works, and you can get some creative solutions by doing it, which I think in the end is what you want out of a platformer for a cheap amount, especially for 24 cents. I mean, 24 cents gets you a game that you can really you sort of dig your teeth into. It may not be the most, you know, comprehensive kind of game, but you shouldn't expect a comprehensive game for $5 like that. In fact, for 24 cents, you're getting a game that, you know, does its job and does it rather well for the aspect in question. All right, this is Dragnix signing out. I hope you guys all have a wonderful day, and, you know, pick up those last games on the Steam sales. I'll see you later. Hey everybody, thanks for watching. If you like this content and want to see more of it, you may want to hit that subscribe button on the left-hand side. If you like this video and want to see more of this content, take a look at this video on the left-hand side as well. And if you've missed my last video, take a look at the right-hand side. Once again, thanks for watching, and keep on gaming.